Welcome to another edition of Transforming Your Life. I wrote an article called Do It Now, Messages from the Rocking Chair. And I'd like to introduce this topic to you today because I feel it is an absolute critical component of transforming your life for a higher state of happiness and well-being. So here's a question I want you to ask yourself. Are you valuing the time that you have on this earth? And if so, are you valuing it enough? Are you utilizing your time well that you do have? This particular question was something that was brought home to me in a very stark and painful way decades ago when I was diagnosed with a progressive neurological illness that takes away the functioning of my body. And so I knew that the time I had left with a functioning body was limited. And from that point on, I had a very different relationship with time. And it's actually a gift that I feel that I've been given because it's a wake-up call. But I'm also here to tell you that we all have limited time. Even if you're 100% healthy, you have limited time. We all do. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make is thinking that life goes on forever. We'll get to it. Nothing, we can just do whatever, whenever, and we'll have plenty of time. This is not the fact, as we all know. So I just want to bring some lessons home that I've learned. Other than our health, time is the most precious gift we've been given. And time is what makes up our life, minute by minute by minute. In fact, this minute right now is a minute that we'll never have again. It's gone after this period of time. So always a reminder worth hearing again. Because the way most people live their life is with the assumption, as if the assumption is, I have all the time in the world. You don't. Here's an example of how prevalent this is. We've developed now this so-called bucket list. So we ask ourselves, what are the things that will bring us the most amount of joy? And we put them on this so-called list. And then we assume that life is just going to somehow deliver us during the tour of our lifetime the stuff on our bucket list. These things are going to come to pass in the future. And that's not the case. That's not how life works. The majority of the vitally important things in life, those experiences, are things that we created ourselves. We took the steps to make them happen. And the thing about it is, while we're sitting back waiting for these bucket list things to miraculously appear, we're missing out on all the joy and happiness we can be experiencing right now from having those things happen. Why are we putting off joy? It's really no wonder to me that the rate of depression in this country is so high. So I've been following the work of Anthony Robbins for decades, ever since the late 1980s. And I remember hearing an exercise he did that helps bring this home for most people. And I don't have the time availability in this short video to do the exercise with you, but I can tell you what it is. He has you envision your life, yourself, 20, 40, 60 years in the future, depending on how old you are now. So in other words, you're going to envision yourself at age 85 or 90, and you are sitting in a rocking chair on the front porch of a small home, and you're looking out in the view, and you're thinking back on your life. And he has you actually do this. And the question is that when you're doing this and you're envisioning it, are the feelings that are coming up inside you feelings of happiness, pride, gratitude, joy? Or are they feelings of disappointment, regret, sadness? Very important exercise to do. And you can do this right now from wherever you are, at whatever age. You can just stop and imagine that right now you are 85 or 90 looking back over your life. And if that was the case right now, and you are looking back on everything, how would you feel about the life that you've lived? And how would you feel about how you've spent your time that you were given? Important. It's an important lesson. And what I encourage you to do is think about this. The incredible value of time. There is nothing besides health that's more valuable. Ask yourself, what's important to me? What experiences would bring me the most amount of joy? And then write them down. And don't just leave them there on a piece of paper, but envision them. And really look and focus on them, and then devise a plan of small steps that you can take that consistently, that not over a long amount of time, but now, taking small steps now, repeatedly, will bring that experience to you. I mean, maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to learn how to play a musical instrument. I certainly know the joy of that in my life. Maybe there are relationships you want to foster more and put more of your time and effort into. Whatever these things are, find out about them and then devise the plan to make them happen now. Don't put off your joy. Joy is our birthright to feel now, not later. I encourage you to do this week and think about this. And ask yourself the question, am I truly valuing the time I have on this earth right now to the best of my ability? So I hope this has been helpful. It was a wake-up call to me, certainly. And I'm hoping for you it's a wake-up call because, like I said, even if you don't have a progressive neurological or otherwise illness, your time is limited too. All of our time is. We don't know from one day to another, right? So don't wait. Start now. Value your time and start living your life with more intention and honor of the time you've been given. I'll see you next time.